Hey everyone, it's Jill from Jack by Jilly, and today we are going to do a complete install or jailbreak, if you will, of a brand new Fire Stick. So the first thing that you need to do obviously is connect to your Wi-Fi and also enter your Amazon account info. So once you've done that, we're going to go over to my cursor automatically is up at the home button. As you can see, it's yellow up there. We're going to slide over to settings, and once at settings, we're going to slide over to device and click on that. I have a little bit of sun glare, so I do apologize for that. We're going to click on developer options, and there's two things here. The first is ADB bugging. We're going to go ahead and turn that on. And the second is apps from unknown sources. We're also going to turn that on, and that's going to ask us if we really want to turn it on, and yes, we do. So once we have both of those on, you can go ahead and click the button that looks like a little house, and that'll bring us back to our main screen here. And we're going to slide over one to the magnifying glass, and we're going to type in the word downloader, D-O-W-N L-O-A-D-E-R, and I do recommend typing it all the way out. There are a few options to select, so let's just make sure that we have it all typed out and we can get the correct one, because we do want the first one that says downloader by itself. So go ahead and highlight and click on that, and it's going to pop up in an orange and white arrow, so we'll go ahead and click on that. And since I have it on some of my other accounts, mine comes up download. Yours might say get it. So go ahead and click on that. And it shouldn't take too long to download and install on your system. Should be pretty quick there. So once it's finished, go ahead and click open. And we're going to get a message, and we'll just click OK to the message. And it pops us right up to the URL. So just go ahead and click on your center button, and that will bring up the keyboard. And I do apologize in advance. This is a long URL to type in. So bear with me. I promise you it will be worth it once we get it done, but it is a little bit tedious. So we're going to type in mirrors.kodi, K-O-D-I. And this is all lowercase, just so you know, until we get to one letter, and I'll obviously let you know when we get there. .tv. And now we're going to go down to where you see the hashtag, #, whatever you want to call it, $. Click on that. That's going to take us to our special characters, and we're going to go with the /. And then back to the letters, we're going to go ahead and type in releases, R-E-A-S-E-S, and then we're going to go ahead and go down to those special characters again and click another / and back to the letters, and now we're going to type in Android, A-N-D-R-O-I-D, and again back down to those special characters for another / and back to the letters, ARM, A-R-M, and yet another / and Kodi, K-O-D-I. Now we're going to go down to the special characters, but this time we are going to type in a dash or the -sign. It's right there next to the +sign. And back to the letters, we're going to type in 17.4. Back to the special characters, another dash, back to the letters, and here we're going to slide over and make these letters capital. We only need one capital K, so then we'll slide down and make them lowercase again, but please make sure that K is capitalized. R-Y-P-T-O-N, Krypton. And we're going to go back to the special characters for another dash, and back to the letters, A-R-M, A, B, I, and down to the special characters again for another dash, and back to the letters for a V, the number 7, and the letter A. And then we're going to go dot, A, P, K. And then we're going to go ahead and click go. Now, when you get here, you should see the downloading message. If you get an error message, that means that one of your characters was off. So again, remember that 1K in Krypton is capitalized, everything else lowercase, and then just make sure that it matches exactly how I have it typed in, which I will put in the discussion box. So this is going to download. It shouldn't take too long. Once you get to this screen, we're going to scroll down so we have our gray bar, and we're going to slide over and click install. And this is installing currently. So what this is doing, for those of you that don't know, is we're just simply installing the platform of Kodi onto your Fire Stick. It will have no content on there whatsoever, but we are going to put it on there. So this is the first step of getting Kodi onto your Fire Stick. So once that's finished, you'll see this message come up. We're going to go ahead and click on done down here, and we're going to go ahead and click delete, and we're going to click delete again. That's just going to save us a little bit of space on our Fire Stick. So let's go ahead and click the home button. And now that we're here, we're going to slide over to settings, and we're going to slide down and over to applications. And all the way down to managed installed applications. Let's go ahead and click that. And there's Kodi, and we can see that it is version 17.4. So let's go ahead and click on that, and let's click on launch application. So this is the first time that Kodi is loading onto our system. And again, there's no content on here right now. We're going to add that right now. So here's our Kodi main screen. We are going to now want to scroll up to where there's 3 little buttons, the power button. In the middle is the gears button. If you can see that, I'm not sure on my screen. We're going to click on the gears button. So let's go ahead and click on that. And we want to go over to system settings. And once here, we're going to slide down to add-ons, and then we're going to click our over button to get us to the options. And where it says unknown sources, we want to go ahead and turn that on. And we want to select yes. All right, now we're just going to hit our back arrow button one time, and we're going to go down to File Manager. So let's go ahead and click on that, and we're going to add source. So click on that, and now we're going to enter the path. So where it's highlighted and says none, I'm not sure if you can see that so well on my screen, just go ahead and click your center cursor on that. And here we're going to type in another URL, not as long as the first one, thankfully. But type it in exactly as I do. So we have http:// repo dot supreme builds, so SUPREME builds BUILDS .com. And we're going to slide over to where we can select OK. So go ahead and click OK. And now we're going to go down one, and it's going to ask us to enter a name. This is a brand new Fire Stick, so I do not have a lot on here. But if you do have some content on your Fire Stick, I always recommend typing a little dot in, so the one that we're doing right now, that'll populate to the top of your list. So you can type in dot supreme, SUPREME, but honestly, you can name it whatever you want. That really doesn't matter. And then we're going to go ahead and click OK. And then we're going to go ahead and scroll down to click OK to get that loaded. And as you can see over on your screen, it'll say dot supreme. So we know that that is on there. So now we're going to go ahead and click our back button again, and click our back button again. And now we're going to scroll down over on our side menu over here to add-ons. and we're going to click on add-ons. And up at the top, there's a little cardboard box. I call it the cardboard box. It's kind of like a drop box. We're going to click on that. And we are going to select install from zip file. So it is the 4th one down. So install from zip file. And there's our .supreme. So we're going to go ahead and click on that. And now once we're here, we're going to go on down to repository.supreme builds and click on that. And we're going to wait just a quick second to see if that pops up. There we go. So Supreme Builds Repository add-on has been installed. So now we're going to go up just one more to install from repository, and we're going to click on that. And now we are going to click on Supreme Builds Repository. So go ahead and click on that. And then here we're going to click on Program Add-ons. So the second one down. And then we're going to select the first one, the Supreme Builds Wizard. So let's go ahead and click that. And as you can see, when this screen pops up, it's already highlighted in blue to install. So just go ahead and click that install. And our Supreme Builds Wizard add-ons has been installed. So that's perfect. So now this is just welcoming you to the build. We're going to go ahead and click dismiss there. And this is just going to be the defaults. I personally just stick with the defaults. So just go ahead and click continue. And now we're going to go to build menu. And just give it a quick minute here. So, you know what, this was funny last time. Go ahead and click dismiss. If your screen comes up like this again, just go ahead and click dismiss again and then click continue. And now on here, and build menu, sorry, I apologize. Okay, so now once we're on this screen here, we're gonna go down to where it says 17.4 titanium USA server. And as you can see, there's 2 USA, 1 Europe. Let's just go ahead and start with the first one and try to get that one loaded on. It should work. I've really never had any issues with it. I always personally do the standard install. So let's go ahead and select the standard install once you're here for Supreme Build standard install. And yes, install. So now again, this part right here, depending on the speed of your internet, it probably should take, I'm guessing with mine, which is not the greatest of speeds, that it should take about 2 to 3 minutes, hopefully faster, but that's about on average. But you should be seeing this on your screen right now, so we'll let that go ahead and load. This particular build, the titanium build, I have been very pleased with it. It has pretty much everything that you need. Movies are really easy to find. TV shows are really easy to find. The only issues I've really had with the Fire Stick are live sports. And as many of you know, I am a big University of South Florida Bulls fan. And that was really the reason why I tried to figure all this stuff out in the first place, so that I could get those games, because I live in Ohio and pretty much the entire state of Ohio roots for Ohio State, and that's the only game that you can ever find on any of the local channels or regional sports channels in my area. And I have zero interest in watching Ohio State play pretty much ever. But I do have a lot of interest in watching USF football play, which currently they're playing right now, and I have that playing in another room on Mobdro, which is available on this titanium build, which is awesome. So I recommend that you just play around with everything on the titanium build and see what works for you. A lot of times you'll find like different add-ons that work great one week, and then the next week they're not working so great. And that's just totally normal. You just gotta keep trying different ones. Again, you have to remember this is free, so you can't really complain about it not working for you. If you really want to get the content, you can always pay for it by either getting cable, getting DirecTV, buying sports packages, whatever. So if something's not working, don't get too frustrated. It usually takes a few more tries to find it, whereas if you're just paying outright for it. So that was probably longer than 2 minutes. I apologize, and I'm ranting. But we're almost done, and I think you're really going to enjoy the build. Some of the add-ons that I personally recommend for movies and TV are Covenant and also Elysium. Those ones are really good for movies and TV. I know I was a big fan of Exodus prior to kind of everything that went down in June, July of this year. Exodus was awesome. I could find anything on Exodus, but now it's kind of transitioning a little bit into Covenant and Elysium, and there are some others that I haven't even played around with yet because quite honestly I just don't have the time. If you're still listening to me, hallelujah, because I'm just non-stop talking right now, but I promise you we are almost done. We're getting a lot closer. If you, like me, your screen just kind of grayed out a little bit or went dark, I think the Fire Stick is set to maybe a 5-minute default if you don't touch anything. So that's probably what happened, but it will pop up here real quick that we're finished. And all we have to do is click, I'm going to say click the center button, and that's not going to do anything. It's just going to bring us back live to a live screen, and then we'll go ahead and click it again. But I'm pretty sure you can click any button on your remote once this is finished, just to pull the screen back up to a live screen, if you will. So we're getting really close. So I'm going to zip it now, and here we go. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and click. It's asking us if we would like to force close Kodi or reload profile. We are going to force close. So if you just click it once, that's going to bring your screen back to live, and then go ahead and click your center button again. It's already on force close. So what that's going to do is it just took us out of Kodi completely. So now we can just go ahead and launch the application, and we should be good to go with our new titanium build with all of our content on there. Obviously for copyright reasons that I'm really not even aware of, I'm not going to go in and show you how to use the different add-ons, but we'll just do a quick run through of the main screen real quick here. It's real easy and self-explanatory. It will auto-update, which is nice. So a lot of times when you first plug it in, I just let it sit there for like a minute, or just move over to the movie screen, and sometimes stuff will update. And if you see that like little boxes either in the top corner or the bottom corner, just go ahead and let that do its thing and run its course. So you're not, because if you try to open stuff while it's trying to refresh or update things, you're gonna get an error message. So these are some of the main tabs, the movies. Like I said, and you just scroll down here, I like the Elysium and the Covenant down there, but again, play around with all of them and see what works best for you and for your internet provider. So as you can see, it's doing some work right now on the build, so I'm just gonna let that, so it's gonna do auto updates. So we just did movies. TV shows, the same thing with TV shows, Elysium and Covenant. You can search by networks. You can search by typing in the show. It is a little tedious. I know it's not as user-friendly as some. I haven't really played around with the 24/7 tab. There's the free live TV where you can find the Mob Dro down there. You'll get a lot of good sports channels down there. Paid live TV, these are some things that you can sign up for if you choose. Obviously paid, so you need to have a subscription for that. Live sports is a big one for football, basketball, whatever. I personally, on live sports, it's still uploading, so it's not letting me access it as much as I want. I apologize. on this live video that we have going here. But anyways, for live sports, a lot of times I will use the add-on Sports Devil. I've also been doing a little bit with the Canadian one. I can't quite remember the name of it on the top of my brain right now, but I've been able to get a lot of streams on that. As you can see down on my in the corner, it is updating everything, so it's not really letting me navigate right now. So that's what I was explaining just a couple minutes ago. If you see that stuff, just let it run its course. It doesn't take long. It's just literally updating everything for you. So so here we are on live sports. I don't know if, yeah, Sports Devil wasn't one of the ones on here. That Made in Canada up at the top, I've found some stuff on that IPTV, but also I'll just show you a quick way to get to, and then you've got your Kids Zone, just different things. But again, the main screens that you're going to be using are going to be movies and TV shows, and then you can play around with that live sports. How I go to Sports Devil, excuse me, is under main menu, and then you go down to, sorry, it's still updating. I apologize. You go down to video add-ons and click on video add-ons. And then once you're in here, you're going to look for Sports Devil, which I thought it might have been in alphabetical order. I think it is somewhat. So there's Sports Devil. So I click on Sports Devil. And then once on Sports Devil, I click on Live Sports. And they're going to give you a bunch of different, I've had the most success with lshunter.tv to find games, but Dim Sports occasionally works good. Sometimes you have to get down to the third or fourth stream, and occasionally these first two work as well. So that's just kind of, I'll just kind of give you an example right now on LS Hunter TV. So if you're looking for, and remember, football is soccer. Football equals soccer. So if you're looking for, so like right now, I would be looking for college football because it's football today, and I don't see that option. So if I type NFL, I'm not sure if any of the college games will come up, but we're about to find out. And this video is now 22 minutes, so I am going to cut it short, I promise. And yeah, this looks like it's just all NFL games tomorrow. Sometimes they do have a live option, and that will pull up here, the now playing. So if we pull up the now playing, we should be able to see some of the college games, I would guess. But again, I could be wrong. So here's just some of the stuff that's going on right now. And college football didn't start today, I don't think, until noon. So we have to get into the 12 o'clock hour. And yes, there's some Temple Houston, Florida Vanderbilt. So yeah, you can pick up a bunch of games there. All right, that is it. So 23 minutes later, I hope that you enjoy your content that you got on Kodi, and if this was helpful to you, please like the video and definitely subscribe to my channel, because I promise that I'll be putting out some awesome content and maybe even a little bit of humor. Haha. Okay, thanks again. Have a great weekend, everyone. Happy fall, hopefully, finally, and take care.